What's going on, guys? This is your boy, and today we're diving into Absolute Superman, one of the wildest things DC's doing right now. Man, this issue is crazy. We're talking Lazarus Corp invading Smallville, Lois Lane turning rebel, Brainiac hacking Superman's tech, and Ra's al Ghul pulling strings behind the scenes. This whole thing plays out like a war movie with Superman at the center, and it hits hard. So the issue kicks off about 6 weeks ago. Smallville, yeah, Superman's quiet little hometown becomes a war zone. Lois Lane gives us this powerful monologue about how Lazarus rolled their tanks down Main Street, how the people of Kansas stood their ground just like their ancestors did during the border wars. She's painting this picture of an invasion, helicopters swarming, farmland burning, the whole town cut off from the outside world. No phones, no internet, no help, just ordinary people and one weakened Superman trying to hold the line. And right away, you can feel it. This isn't your typical Superman story. It's raw, it's desperate, it's personal. Then we jump to Superman himself. He's still recovering from what happened with Brainiac and Ra's al Ghul, but he's already trying to protect Smallville. He tells his AI system Saul, use every last crystal to fortify the town. You're Smallville's cape now. That line right there, pure Superman. Even when he's weak, he's thinking about everyone else first. But there's a catch. Saul warns him that doing this will leave Superman vulnerable. And because this version of Superman is younger, more reckless, he doesn't care. He's willing to burn through his power to keep these people safe. And that's something I love about Absolute Superman. He's not polished like the main universe version. He's still figuring out what it really means to be Superman. Meanwhile, Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen are out here doing what they do best, exposing the truth. They're running a pirate broadcast called Radio Smallville, trying to tell the world that Lazarus Corp, this trillion-dollar mega company led by Ra's al Ghul, has literally built a concentration camp in Kansas. Lois says, if anyone can hear us, spread the word before it's too late. But the crazy part is, nobody's answering the call. The world doesn't even know Smallville's under siege. And that's when you realize how isolated this fight really is. It's Superman, Lois, Jimmy, and a small town versus an army. Then Jason Aaron hits us with something deep. Lois and Jimmy talk about when they realized they were on the wrong side. Lois used to work for Lazarus and Jimmy ran with the Omega Man. But both of them admit the moment they saw Superman, they knew. He made them believe again. That's one of the coolest things about this whole Absolute universe. No matter what world he's in, Superman still becomes a symbol of hope. Even when he doesn't believe in himself yet, the people around him see it first. So Superman takes the townspeople underground, literally builds a refuge under the old salt mines. He promises them they'll be safe, but there's this great scene where one guy steps up and admits he's the one who ratted out Superman to Lazarus years ago. And you can feel the tension, Superman's face just rage and pain. He could crush this guy without trying, but instead, he tells him, we could use your sharp eyes on guard duty. That right there is what makes him Superman, forgiveness in the middle of chaos. But even with all that, you can tell he's struggling. He still feels like an outsider, like no matter what he does, he'll never truly be one of them. And Lois, she sees right through that wall he's built. She's the only one who really sees him for who he is. Then everything starts to spiral. Ra's al Ghul and Talia are regrouping, talking about how to bring down Superman once and for all. They've been using Brainiac's tech, the kryptonite, the mechs, everything. But now Ra's wants to take it even further. He tells Talia to fetch your god. Yeah, he's talking about Darkseid, the hand of Omega. And right then you realize this story isn't just about a town. It's about the entire Absolute universe falling into war. Back in Smallville, Superman's fighting non-stop. Lazarus keeps sending mechs infused with some kind of other box energy, making them stronger every round. And because the skies are filled with storm clouds seeded by Lazarus, he's barely getting any sunlight. He's literally running out of power, but he refuses to stop. Lois keeps begging him to rest, saying even Superman has limits, but he just looks at her and says, then we'll both keep doing what we have to do. That line hits, because even when the world doesn't believe in him, she does. And then, boom, everything goes wrong. Saul, the AI crystal that's been protecting Smallville, starts glitching. Superman realizes too late it's been corrupted by Brainiac. Brainiac's voice cuts through, saying, Saul is gone, Superman. You're free now. And right then, the entire fortress collapses. Brainiac's drones start tearing through the tunnels, and all those people Superman promised to protect are in danger. It's brutal. Superman fights like hell, but Brainiac escapes, and afterward, he just breaks. He says, this world will never trust me. I'll always be an other. Lois tells him, if you just show them who you are, they'd believe. But he's lost faith, not in his power, but in the world. And that's what makes this so powerful. Lois still believes believes in him, even when he doesn't. Finally, we cut to the last scene. Ra's al Ghul steps out of the shadows holding a green kryptonite sword, glowing in the smoke. He looks Superman dead in the eyes and says, "Before this day is through, you will kneel before Ra's al Ghul in the blood of those you love." And that's how the issue ends. Absolute Superman, burned out and broken, facing the wrath of Ra's, with Brainiac lurking in the background and Darkseid's shadow hanging over everything. Man, Jason Aaron is cooking with this run. Every issue just keeps getting bigger, and this one set the stage for what's coming in DCKO. So yeah, guys, that's Absolute Superman, the battle for Smallville. Let me know what you think. Who's gonna answer Lois's call? Do you think the OG Superman's gonna step in when DCKO really begins? Drop your thoughts down below, hit that like button, and I'll catch you all later.